Let's go for a ride. You are watching CycleCruza's all-in-one motorcycle channel. Subscribe today.
I got a viewer request, and they asked me to answer the question: cheap motorcycle gear versus name brand gear. What's my opinion on it? As you guys know, I am cheap as fuck, guys. Super cheap. Not ridiculously cheap. Obviously, I wouldn't be riding a CBR 1000 double fucking R if I was ridiculously cheap. But, in my opinion, I think you should stick with name brand gear when possible. Now, I know I've purchased, actually, most of my gear, though, is, you know, I have the CE Armour jacket made by Perini, which is cheap, as you guys know. It's like 70 bucks or something like that. And I've never crashed with it, so I don't know how it would perform, but I've heard feedback from you viewers who have purchased it and crashed with that CE Armour jacket, and you said it held up. So, you know, some items like that, I would say go ahead and get, but, you know, other stuff, in my opinion, I'm going to go with a trusted name brand. You know, with Icon, I have an Icon Overlord Prime leather jacket on right now. They're actually the cheaper name brand of the name brands. You know, I don't have any Alpine Stars or Dainese. The only real name brand item, top name brand item that I have in my gear right now is these Sidi Fusion Air Boots, Sidi. And I'll tell you, these boots are absolutely fucking amazing. They're awesome. I've had these since 2012, and they're still good, and they're comfortable, and definitely worth the money. Now, as far as my helmet, I've got the Lazer Monaco helmet. I don't know who the fuck Lazer is, but I did research on it, and it got a good review. It's a well-constructed helmet. I've always worn Scorpion helmets, which are the cheaper brand. You know, I don't even know if you can call that a name brand or not. It's a name brand, but it's not, you know, not like Shoei or Arai. But people I've done research. People have crashed in those helmets and they said it held up well. So I've always had Scorpion helmets for the most part. I've enjoyed them. I feel like they're good helmets. But in my opinion, just do your research first. So if you see a inexpensive item, a cheap, like that CE Armour jacket that I have, you know, something like that, or pants or something that you see, do the research and see if you can find what people are saying in the forums about it. You know, if you can't find anything on it, any type of information on that cheap gear, don't buy it. Stick with reviews on items, like go to Revzilla, Amazon, Motorcycle Superstore, and look at the reviews. See what people are saying, if they say the gear is good or not. You know, that's what I go by. And the only time I deviated from that, like I said, was the CE Armour jacket, because I was looking for something that flowed a ton of air that could provide some protection. And like I said, I've got feedback from viewers that said they've crashed in the jacket and they said it held up. So that's the only time I really took a chance on a cheap, really cheap gear that's a non-name brand piece of gear. These gloves I have, Scorpion gloves, gauntlet gloves. I think Scorpion is a pretty decent name brand, guys. I mean, these gloves are awesome. Look at them. They've held up pretty good. I've had these, I think, for what, over a year now? What else? My AGVSport Willow Pants, leather pants are still like new. And AGVSport, I guess that's a name brand, but it's not like AGV. I don't even know if they're even connected. But it's cheaper than AGV products and cheaper than, you know, all the big name brand items, but it's still well constructed. And like I said, there was really great reviews on these pants, and most of the gear that I have, like I said, I usually only buy items that have at least 4 stars. I don't even mess with 3-star items. So just do your research. That's my answer for you. Do your research, and if you can't find information, don't buy it. Stick with 4 or 5-star reviews on items. And don't pick an item that if you see like a 5-star review on it and it's like one person or two or three people, because a lot of time those reviews can be fake. You know, you want something probably with at least, I would say, at least 20 or more reviews. But that's all I have for you guys. But wear all the gear. Wear the helmet, wear the gloves, wear the pants with the CE Armour, wear the leather jacket or textile jacket with the CE Armour. I tell you guys, it's really going to help should you crash. The only time I ever crashed was on that Chinese scooter, as some of you guys know, in the rain. It was torrential rain. I hit some leaves and went down. And I only had on jeans, but I did have the helmet on, and I had a cheap textile jacket. And this is an instance of telling you how cheap gear is not good sometimes. But I had a cheap gear. I paid like $50 for this textile jacket, and when I crashed, I had no CE Armour in it, and I had a road rash on my arm that happened with the jacket on. So the jacket did not help at all. So, but had I had this jacket on, leather with the CE Armour, I'd have been fine. So that's why I tell you guys, be very cautious on buying cheap gear, especially, you know, cheap no-name gear. A lot of times you can get brand name gear that's maybe last year's stock. You can get really cheap. That's what I would recommend if you're trying to save some money. Do that. Get last year's stuff and save some money. Also, an important thing I want to bring up also is with a helmet. Be careful on buying helmets. A lot of times you see cheap deals on helmets. A lot of time it's really old stock. Always check the date in the helmet. A helmet is only good for 5 years from the date listed inside the helmet. So a lot of times, one time I bought a Scorpion helmet, my first helmet, and it was like freaking, I bought it in like 2012 or I think 2012 or 11, and it was actually in 2011 I had that Chinese scooter, and it was a 2008 helmet. So it was already 3 years old, had been sitting on the shelf. So I only had like 2 years left with that helmet. But if you're like me and you switch helmets like every year, then that's really not that bad of a deal then. You know, because like I said, you get 5 years with the helmet. So, but wear all the gear, guys. I tell you, it'll help you out greatly if you go down. Most definitely wear a helmet. If you don't wear any other gear, at least wear a helmet. So I wish you guys all the best. I wish you guys the safest out here on the street. And if you want to see more of my videos, if you want to see my gear playlist, go to my website CycleCruza.com and click on my videos, and I have a playlist called gear reviews. So go check that out. That's all the gear review videos that I've done, all the way going back to 2012 since I started this channel. But that's all I have for you guys. So until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Deuces!
Welcome to CycleCruza's Click to Go links. Just click on the pictures below to go to my recommended videos and my social media sites. Also, don't forget to visit my blog and store at CycleCruza.com. If you have any trouble clicking on these links, they are also provided in the info section of this video. Thank you and subscribe today. Guys, check out my new channel where I talk about anything and everything, not just motorcycle related. CycleCruza MotoVlog.